that you walk for each like season.
Jeez.
But I've worked for Dior, Versace, Zara, Hugo Boss, Ambush, Bergamo.
Work for Yay?
Yeah, no, not yet. I had yeah, fun. I feel like in Paris it was more fun. In Milan, because of like the more racist aspect of it, it
Ah,
was not as fun, kind of, because you
yeah.
realize kind of racist the world is in a view or in a sense when you really go to another country you know no language is about, and you kind of feel that
Hmm.
you're still watched or looked at in a different way or sense.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to ask you that. Another thing that I've noticed about modeling, it seems like when you look at a lot of these big kind of magazine covers, a lot of these
Mhm.
big modeling, you don't really see a lot of dark-skinned brothers like ourselves on there. And whenever you see a black person, it's usually because like they do a lot of like they lighten their skin tone a lot, and you
Yeah,
can see a lot of like a lot of Beyonce's magazine covers. You can tell versus the magazine where they clearly have lightened her skin versus how she really is in real life. So
yeah.
do you feel like there's kind of like a maybe like not like a racist aspect when it comes to modeling, as you touched upon earlier?
I feel like depending on each brand kind of missions themselves differently. Like if you were ever to go down my feed of like my Instagram, you might realize like my skin tone looks a bit different on certain photos, or like
Mm-hmm.
touch
Yeah,
up a bit different, or my nose might look a bit
yeah,
small, bigger. So you realize that each brand kind of has their own mission of what type of like black person or black identity or even white identity they want to like push
Yeah.
for their brand. So you do realize that certain brands sometimes might be just putting a face on there more
Mm-hmm.
for the number than the actual like because you want that person in the brand.
Okay. Okay. And
Because
another thing I was going to ask you is, I know like kind of recently, I think Gucci and Versace had some problems with them doing like very racist clothing. Like I remember, I forget it was
yeah,
either Gucci or Versace would have the sweater with the lips on them, the red
yeah,
lips on them. It was a black sweater, and I think it may have been Versace with the little monkey racist charm they had. So I was wondering, since you are a model, since you have modeled for like those big brands like Versace and maybe Gucci as well, do you feel kind of, I guess, weird to wear their clothing and promoting their clothing because they've done this racy these kind of racy kind of outfits at all?
I see it in two ways. In one way, yeah, it is kind of like I'm working for this brand who someone might not see me in the best light, but
Mm-hmm.
then I also have the ability to change how they perceive black people as a whole because they
Yeah.
get to work, get to speak with me. They get like it's a very like when you're doing a model shoot, it's very much like a give and take. So like if you're not able to really speak to somebody and understand like what if I can't understand what the director wants me to do because he's unable to give it to me in a way for me to understand it, like the shoot just doesn't come out well. So at times I just try to always just put my best foot out there because you never know who's watching and what perception someone might get off you and judge as everybody as a whole, just not me. So I try to see it as like at least I can try to change how this band is seen, or at least like when I'm put out there, at least if it's not always for the right reason,
Mm-hmm.
maybe someone else seeing it can push the movement in a way is how I try to see it.
Oh, that's a great response. Yeah, because all of times I hear when that sort of things happens, a lot of the big response for a lot of these people, a lot of people say is just to boycott the brand because
Yeah.
if they're not going to show us in a redeeming light, why should we spend our hard-earned money on that? And you see that in a lot of rap culture and hip hop culture a lot. You see that they are flaunting like Migos flaunting Versace and that whole song called Versace and Gucci, and this our rap culture just kind of like says that is the pinnacle when it comes to fashion. But
Mhm.
really, we need to like hold these brands to task and like, hey, listen, the way you're portraying us isn't right. We want to wear and buy your clothes, but can you portray us fairly and
in a
not
better light.
yeah and not demean us so much? But yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. Yeah, just definitely just talk to them, definitely give and take, and let them know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, this got a little deep for me. So yeah, so I think this since he pretty much addressed that topic because that was actually one of my questions which I wanted to ask you because it's just like I think, I don't know whether this is true, but apparently Tommy Hilfiger said this about like Asians wearing his products, and he said, "Oh, if I wanted to see my products being worn by Indians and Chinese or Asians, to be more specific, he's like, I wouldn't have created my brand." And this, I don't know how much of this is true or accurate, but like after that, his sales just plummeted. And like, I think I remember he went on Oprah, and Oprah asked him, "Do you have like sweatshops?" And he said, "Yeah." And he said very proudly, and Oprah just asked him to leave. And I was like, "Yeah, that's how you do it." So I think one thing I'm really curious about is like, so what's been your like, which is like your favorite brand to like model with, and which is one brand you've had an average experience with or less than average experience with, but you're just you've been like, okay, fine, you know what, I've had my, I've modeled with them, so on, it's fine, I've been paid, let's move on. So what's been like your best experience and like your worst experience, so to speak?
I would say my best experience would be with Boss, Hugo Boss, just because of the fact that like their clothing, the very like tailored fit, very like just like a businessman type of just a wealth kind of, it kind of brings out of you just wearing those type of clothes. It was a great experience. They're always like very nice, very helpful, paying for everything, making sure that you're like up ready to go in the morning, you have food, everything's available. So they're very like top of the game, which I loved. Brand wise, what brand do I really not want to work for, or have I worked for that?
I don't want you to get in trouble by saying any names.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, you don't have to like go into that, but we don't want to get you into trouble.
But I don't want this episode.
Gossip.
Business wise, like as long as.
But gossip.
Just like the way I wanna push myself. Like I wanna, as a model, I wanna do like certain brands, like top brands. I wanna do high fashion, kind of like commercial work. So things that don't kind of fit into my image or go away from like the main image of what I want to see myself or like the brands I want to work for, those would be brands that I wouldn't go towards.
Okay.
Very diplomatic answer. I like that. Very diplomatic answer. I like it. I think this guy's going to be a good actor. I can tell. Like, it's like down the line somebody asks him, "Oh, so who's the director you hate?" He's just like, "Oh, they're the ones who don't fit with my image, and this is the kind of work I want to do, see myself doing. Like I don't see myself doing art films a lot." So I like this answer. This is like, we should applaud Brad. You and I should applaud this answer. Seriously,
I very much applaud this answer you gave.
Yeah, it's like, we should applaud this answer. Very, very well said. Very well said. Very well left, actually. Yeah, go on, Brad. Go on.
Oh, okay. I guess another question of mine to ask is just, I guess, maintaining your look, because I know that's very huge in the modeling world. And I know nowadays people are trying to break that mold. Well, you got to be this size in order to be a model and work for us, or you got to be this tall. Because I know, I remember, I think for Victoria's Secret runway, I think all the girls, or at least most of the girls, the average height is 6 foot. Yeah. So I was wondering, have you ever faced anything like that, where like a modeling agent or a clothing company brand said, we would take you on, but you don't, your body type isn't what we look for? Or have you seen, your fellow co-workers experience anything like that,
Yeah, I definitely both experienced it and have friends who dealt with it. Like a few agencies in California have said, "Oh, I'm too skinny, or I'm not a commercial look enough to work in California." So I don't have an agency out there. But my first time when I went to Milan, I went to an agency and they were like, I could never work in Milan. They were just my look isn't a look for Milan. And now I'm an agency in Milan and I've done a bunch of work out in Milan. So it's just everybody has their own perspective on what they're looking for. But height-wise, I've went to castings and been like, "Oh, you look like you're a bit too tall for this runway show," or my one and they'd be like, "Oh, you're a bit too tall." When you see more of the weight thing is really more with females than with males.
I do. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so like male wise, I haven't really heard that many guys that would be like, "Oh, my agency was like." Maybe they'll be like, "Oh, to like bulk up or like maybe try to slim down a bit," but to really be like, "Oh, like, what are you? Are you really gonna eat all of that?" And those type of like weird snaggy comments sometimes.
You've gotten that before? Like, are you eating all that food? Right?
I like it's more of the females that have.
All the females. Yeah, I mean, that's something that's very sad.
Yeah, that actually brings me to my this thing. So like, have you been on like? So I'm pretty sure there have been shoots where you've modeled with other female models, and like you obviously see that one like someone in the modeling like either be it the photographer or someone around them is like clearly misbehaving with them. And have you been in the zone like, dude, what the hell is going on? Like, have you like said something, or like have you just raised your voice, or just like you just keep your mouth and you shut your mouth and you just go about your business? Like, what's that thing?
I've actually ever been a part of a shoot where I've actually had to encounter something like that, which I'm very happy for, because I don't want to be like.
Oh, okay. That's
You're part of that, because I'm the type of person that would say something just because I have these. And I just couldn't see myself like just rationally just standing there and just allowing something like that to happen. But I just haven't seen it or been a part of it. Like, luckily, all the people I've shot with and worked with have been completely professional and haven't ever tried to cross any lines, which I feel like is the way to go.
You have a startup opportunity coming up where you're creating your own startup where you intend to I think if I remember correctly, you said that you want to create a better an interface between models and talent agencies, correct, and brands, correct?
Yeah.
The holy trilogy. Yeah. So tell us something about that. Tell us something about your startup, because I'm really curious about that. So what's that all about?
It's called Hood Management, and it's a startup me, my friend Mohammed, Maddie, and Travis created together. And pretty much our main goal for right now is to try to, because a lot of people out there do have the aspiring dream to model, but might not always get signed, and there's always upcoming brands that might not have the money for a top model or something, but still want to find a person or male or female that fits like their identity of what they want their clothes to be. We kind of tried to merge those two ideas together in a sense to kind of create a collaboration where upcoming brands could easily find aspiring models around New York City or around their like community that they can connect with to help them shoot for like their brands or the upcoming collections. So we were just kind of like the middle ground of trying to like find photographers, makeup designers, and all of those type of niche-y little things to kind of help create a network where these brands and these models can come together and create something together.
Yeah, I just had a crazy idea. It's like you guys should create Tinder but for models.
Yeah.
Tinder but for models, like just like it's like you swipe right and then you can communicate and then that's it. Like
yeah,
that would be actually pretty cool.
It would. So, yeah. Somewhere in this world, somebody created it. They're just charging people.
I mean, if nobody's created it, idea.
Definitely have $1 million idea with the models Tinder.
Yeah.
That'll be the most exclusive thing out there, because you would have like a screening process. You look at all their pictures off of Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and you're just like, nah, get out of here.
Nah, get out of here.
Not with those shirt and those shoes. Get the hell out of here.
or if you have like those Instagram models who just like they post a butt pic with like this long ass caption, you're just like, dude, what the fuck? I'm not here for this. I'm not here for this. I'm here for legit people who are not promoting water bottles or water in them. It's like, dude, you know how Monster got big, right? It's like all these Instagram people, they just started like posting stuff about Monster, and I'm like, why is this such a big thing? Sorry?
You mean the Bang energy drink?
Oh yeah, not Monster, Bang. Yeah, Bang.
Yeah.
Like, everybody just
like this workout drink. It works.
Yeah.
It works.
It works.
I mean, so does coffee. I'm just saying, so does coffee.
I tried it once, and it was fine with me. But like, apparently, it's like a good like pre-workout drink because it gives you instant energy like that. And I don't think it has caffeine. I think it has something else. Like, it has some little stimulant in there, but yeah, it's something.
Yeah. So it's just I don't trust these. To be frank, I don't trust these energy drinks one bit because I'm like, I think I had Red Bull once, and after that I was like, no, just no. None of these. I prefer just coffee, simple coffee, black coffee, and I'm good. I'm like, let's go. So Umar, I think one question that I think it's just like, so what next? I know this is a very deep question, and like I don't think you may not have the answer to it, but like, do you have like a rough idea about these are like the next couple of things I want to do down the line? So like, yeah.
Modeling wise, I do just want to keep working with the brands I'm working with, grow the amount of brands I have so far, and just keep staying relevant if possible throughout the next couple of years to come, and just keep modeling for as long as I can. From an aspect beyond modeling, I do want to get into like different fields and aspects. Like I'm creating this management company. I want to just be able to help people better. I want to create a nonprofit to try to help create different like basketball centers and like sports centers around, starting in Senegal, but around West Africa. So I also need to finish my degree at some point. So I have a few things that I have down the line I want to finish or start up. So.
Oh wow, that's some great ideas you got there, man.